Welcome back to Crypto Talk. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to dive into Litecoin and why I think that Litecoin has explosive price upside potential in the near future. Look, we're in early 2024 at the time of me filming this video, and we're seeing strong signs of a crypto bull run. And if we see a massive crypto bull run, I think that Litecoin is massively undervalued right now and that it will explode. And I'll show you why. I'm going to show you the Litecoin charts. I'm going to share my screen with you. And we're going to go through kind of what Litecoin has done. And I'm going to give you some idea as to why I think Litecoin will perform incredibly well in the upcoming crypto bull run. Now, with that being said, before I share my screen with you, I want you to understand that crypto is risky. And if you invest in cryptocurrency, you're doing so at your own risk. If you invest and you make money, good for you. But if you invest and you lose money, hey, that sucks, but it's also on you. So if you're not willing to take accountability, hey, accountability, you're not willing to do that, to take on accountability and responsibility, then do not proceed, okay? I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not telling you to do this. I'm simply sharing with you things that I think are opportunity in the crypto space, different crypto coins, and Litecoin is one of them. But I want you to understand that, again, it's your risk. If you choose to do it, I'm not telling you to do it. It's on you, okay? So with that being said, I'm gonna share my screen and we're gonna dive into the Litecoin price here. So very quickly, Litecoin currently is ranked number 19 out of all the cryptos in terms of market cap. We're sitting at close to 5 billion market cap for Litecoin right now. The past day, Litecoin is down 10%. Now, keep in mind, at the time of me filming this video, we saw a little bit of a dump off in all of crypto today. That is literally at the time of me filming this video. So it depends on when you're going to watch. Obviously, the prices are going to be different. The seven-day chart, Litecoin is down 14%. On the 1 month chart, Litecoin is down 10%. On the 1 year chart, Litecoin is down 13%. And when we look at the all chart, you can see how low Litecoin still is right now. Now, Litecoin has been around for quite some time. In fact, Litecoin has pretty much been around since the early Bitcoin days. If you go all the way back here to 2013, Litecoin was around in 2013. It kind of saw its first real explosive growth there in 2017. And then as you can see here, after 2017, Litecoin dumped off a lot. Like, think about this right here. Litecoin was trading at like $4. Okay, $4, just $3, 3.8. And then boom, spiked all the way to 359. And then boom, dropped all the way down to like $23, $24. And again, this was the 2017 bull run here. Then in 2018, it had a little spike as well, nothing crazy, but then dropped off again, and another spike and drop. And then down here, this was 2020, late 2020, right before the 2021 crypto bull run. And this is so important because if you're going to see this chart, you'll see some similarities between what Litecoin did in 2021, and I think what you'll see is that it's going to do some explosive things in 2024, should we, of course, see a crypto bull run. So look at this here. Litecoin right here towards the end of 2020 was trading at around 47.78. And then boom, as we go into 2021, spiked all the way up to like 387. Then, and this was like the first 5 months of 2021. Then notice this sharp drop, okay? So this is a pretty quick, like, literally within 2 months. It dropped sharply, then it climbed back up, obviously not as high, but back up to like, what was it here? 279. And then boom, it completely dropped off. So now the complete drop off here, we're in 2022, right? And this is all bear kind of market times for crypto. So if you're looking at this, look at this, how it's just then slowly climbed up. And then here, 2023, kind of what we're seeing here, dropped off sharply again. And now, ever since the crypto bull run has started in 2023, we've obviously seen, October, November, December, we've certainly seen a lot of green. Litecoin hasn't shown us any green yet. And that's why I think Litecoin is tremendously undervalued right now. I think that it's only a matter of time before Litecoin will see explosive growth. Now, you look at this right here. Essentially, Litecoin has been sitting in this area up and down. And I want to say every other coin has pumped. Probably not every other crypto coin has pumped, but certainly a lot of the main kind of coins certainly have pumped to some degree over the last 3 months. And some of the coins are getting, working their way back to their all-time highs, where Litecoin hasn't pumped at all. So this is very interesting because I think it's only a matter of time before Litecoin will pump. And I think you have quite a bit of upside with Litecoin. So we're going to look at the all-time high for Litecoin over here on CoinCodex quick. And if we go over here to CoinCodex, the all-time high date was May 10, 2021. So that was early on in the 2021 bull run, and it was 0.76. It is still down 84% from its all-time high. Now, do I personally think Litecoin could resume or like re-hit its all-time high? I think it could. I personally don't know too much about Litecoin, but I do know, like I said, it's been around. It has had success. You can see here, 2017, it had its kind of first great success. Then, 2021, obviously it's similar, a little higher than 2017. And now Litecoin is still around. So the question then is, could we see Litecoin return to its all-time high? Or is it going to even slightly surpass that? I certainly tend to be a little bit more optimistic, and I do think that Litecoin can surpass its all-time high, but I do think for sure we're going to see Litecoin go back to its all-time high. So if you look at roughly what that would give you on a multiplication for an investment, Litecoin currently trading at 65.46, an all-time high back to 410. We're talking close to a, five, let's call it a, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7x roughly, give or take. I'm just doing rough math right now. So, for sure, I think Litecoin can give you a 5x, and that might not sound crazy, but something that hasn't yet pumped. Essentially, if we are to see a reversal in the market, for whatever reason, if a bull market was to get delayed, Litecoin really hasn't pumped at all. In fact, it's only kind of dropped. And if you can look here again at the coin, market cap on the chart, notice here how much it's, it was close to, it was over $100 here in July. And then literally now it's kind of down close to half of that, not quite half of that. So essentially, Litecoin is kind of, I would say Litecoin is in the basement right now in terms of where it's going to be when we see a strong bull run. And if we were to see a reversal in the market, like I mentioned, then what you would see is that Litecoin doesn't really have a lot of dropping off in the tank because it really hasn't come up yet, right? So it's got really nowhere to drop because it essentially is already, at its floor price. At least I think that it's at its floor price. Of course, it could go lower, but I think that with Litecoin, it's a relatively safe investment that you could probably, see at minimum a good 5x in a strong crypto bull run. And from a standpoint of if you want to be safe with your crypto investments, it's tricky to be safe with crypto investments because they are typically higher risk. But what I look for is these tokens that have not yet pumped. And Litecoin certainly hasn't pumped really at all. Like I said, it's only really gone, downwards. So it's just a matter of time before that will reverse and Litecoin will explode. And I think that, like I said, we can easily see a 5x in Litecoin, maybe a little bit more. If you want to be maybe overly optimistic, you say, hey, it's going to blow past its all-time high and hit a 10x. I certainly think that's being very optimistic. I don't know that it's going to do that. But anyways, I think it's got tremendous upside and it's on the relatively safer side when it comes to making a crypto investment. Now, I do want to show you quickly here one last thing before we wrap up this video on Litecoin. And this is literally, if you want to learn more about Litecoin, you could come down here, go over to their website. There we go. Okay, so you can go over to their website. You can also go over to their Twitter. So this is interesting because, if you ever want to learn more about like what a project is and you're on CoinMarketCap or CoinCodex, you can essentially go to their website, go to their X account, which is, formerly known as Twitter. And essentially what you can do is learn more about these projects, familiarize yourself more with them so that you can get a better understanding of their potential. When you start to understand projects and you see their use case, it helps you understand what potential they might have. And it helps you kind of get a better understanding as if your investment is something that is, you're putting your money into something that has actual use case, we'll say, in the crypto space, right? So the more you learn about something, the more you understand it, it'll help you make better decisions with your investments, okay? So I encourage you to go over to, these websites, learn about these projects if you're not sure. And like I said, you can also come over to X and get an idea for, their social followings. You can get an idea for what people are saying. And by doing this, you can literally go over here to, let's say once you're on X, what's the Litecoin ticker symbol? So, or even, we don't even need the ticker symbol. We can just go over here to the Explorer and type in hashtag Litecoin, okay? And so when we type this in, what's interesting is you are going to see what people are saying about this kind of in real time. And I like this because this gives me an idea of, do I personally see people talking about this project? What are people thinking about it? And it doesn't mean that people are right? I could be completely wrong, with my ideas and stuff, right? And so could other people be, but I could also be right. And so could other people, right? So don't take this too literal. Just get an idea for kind of what people are saying. Try to, judge, like if you're seeing a lot of positivity around something, you're seeing a lot of people talking about it in positive ways, and it hasn't gone up yet, then you're seeing a lot of potential for upside. That's something that I would look for at, hey, I'll jump in on something like this, right? If you're seeing a lot of negativity around it, people are saying a lot of bad things about it, and essentially, it's not doing well, things of that nature, then you might want to like steer away from it and move into something else, right? So just to give you an idea here, you said you can see kind of what people are saying, like I said, and off of this, you can kind of make your decision if you think that this is something you want to invest in. Again, you can do this for any crypto, right? It's not just Litecoin. I'm just sharing with you Litecoin in this video because I think that, like I said, Litecoin is one of these safer crypto investments right now. I think you'll easily get a 5x on your money. I mean, literally $10,000 invested in Litecoin and a 5x would turn into $50,000. And I mean, that is pretty good. And I think from a safe standpoint, you have to kind of weigh that as well. So if you're looking for a safer crypto investment, I think certainly Litecoin is one that kind of gives you that safety. And like I said, because it hasn't pumped yet at all, and it's essentially in the floor, in the basement, on the floor, right, on ground level, I think that, if you were to see a market reversal, if you were to see a bull market get delayed, you wouldn't see Litecoin dumping off very much. And essentially then once a bull market arrives, you don't have a lot to recover if the market was to go down before it goes up, right? Obviously, I think the market is going to continue to go up. We're going to see. And again, I just think that Litecoin is a great opportunity because it hasn't pumped yet. And I certainly think it can go back to its all-time high, possibly past that. For sure, I think you would see a 5x on your investment. But anyways, I'm not telling you to do this. You're doing this if you are at your own risk. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm simply here to share with you what I think is opportunity. But whatever you do with that is on you. So if you're going to invest, don't blame me if you make money, and don't blame me if you lose money, okay? So keep that in mind. All right, with that being said, as we wrap up this video, if you do want to follow me on Twitter, or the platform formerly known as Twitter, now known as X, feel free to type in KWAL313. That's my X username there, and you can follow me there. I'll post more related crypto stuff over there, so you can always kind of do that. I post polls over there, see what people think about different cryptos, etc. If you want more crypto, simple tweets, like I said, just follow me on X, KWAL313. And with that being said, hey, I appreciate you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hey, give it a like, comment any thoughts or questions you have for me below. If you want me to make videos on different cryptos, let me know which ones you want me to make videos about. And make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss future crypto talk videos. And with that being said, if you do want to use a crypto exchange, I recommend you use MEXC. The first link in the description below, you can sign up for MEXC. You can trade hundreds of thousands of different cryptos, including Litecoin, for completely free inside your spot account. Essentially, when you use MEXC as your crypto exchange, they're not going to charge you to buy and sell the crypto tokens inside a spot account, okay? And so you can use the first link in the description to sign up for MEXC, but it is important that if you do use MEXC as your crypto exchange, I recommend that you don't keep all your crypto funds on one exchange. And while I trust MEXC, we saw the FTX collapse back in like 2022, right? So, it's just important that if you're using a crypto exchange, you have to understand that your funds are on the exchange. And if something was to ever happen, it's probably better to have your funds distributed, right? So you can use things like cold wallets, like storing your crypto offline. If you want access to a cold storage wallet, then feel free to click the second link in the description below. You can get access to a different ledger wallet. Essentially, with that wallet, you can store your crypto offline. And then whenever you want to sell it, you can go ahead and do so. That's typically a more kind of secure way to store your crypto. And if you want alternatives, you could sign up for different exchanges, like there are centralized exchanges such as Coinbase and Crypto.com. Obviously, with the centralized exchanges, you don't have to be concerned if you ever lose your passwords, etc., right? You can reset it and get in. If you are to use things like decentralized wallets, something like MetaMask and Trust Wallet are popular ones. But with these decentralized wallets, any decentralized wallets or applications that you use, you have to understand that you have to be aware that your passwords can never be recovered because there's no middle person, right? So you have to always know what your passwords are. So it's important that if you use decentralized wallets to store your crypto, that you write down your password somewhere, not on your phone, not on your computer, somewhere where you can keep it safe and secure. You'll know it'll always be there in case you ever lose your password because you have nobody to go to get in. So centralized exchanges, you can always go and reset your password, right? Things like MEXC, Coinbase, Crypto.com, these are centralized exchanges. Things like Trust Wallet, MetaMask, these are decentralized. And these decentralized exchanges, like I said, you have no one to go to recover your password. So keep that in mind when you're using decentralized services in the crypto space. You have to always be aware of that. And one final thing, if you are going to use decentralized wallets, things like Trust Wallet and MetaMask, they will give you a 12-word phrase, 12 words, okay? You have to write these words down as well. And again, not in your notes on your phone or your computer, on a piece of paper, in a book somewhere that you can keep somewhere secure and safe. because if you ever cannot get into your wallet because you may have forgotten your password or something, of course, I suggest, like I said, you write that down as well, then you can use those 12-word phrases to get in. Now, it's important that if you ever go to claim crypto, if you buy crypto and you ever claim it, etc., sometimes you have to, connect different sites to your wallet, if you're buying things in pre-sale, etc. And this is a little bit more advanced, if you're just a beginner, you might not ever have to do this. But if you're ever buying coins in pre-sale and you ever have to connect other sites to your decentralized wallets, keep in mind that you never, ever, ever give your 12-word phrases to anyone, and you never, ever, ever enter them on a website ever, because if you do that, essentially you're giving somebody access to your wallet, and any crypto that you have in there, once they have access, they can go and steal it all, okay? So you have to be very careful when you're using decentralized services. You have to be responsible and secure and keep your password and your 12-word phrases somewhere where it is fully going to be secure and protected, and nobody will ever be able to access it, okay? So with all of that said, again, I'm just sharing this with you. Don't feel that this is overwhelming. If it is overwhelming in any degree, a simple way to get started, just sign up for MEXC via the first link. Literally swap, buy, sell any cryptos from hundreds to thousands of them that you can think of inside your spot account, completely free via the first link in the description. And you can get a cold storage wallet via the second link in the description if you want to store your crypto offline, so it's not on any exchange. Now, with that being said, again, I appreciate you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said already a little earlier, give it a like if you haven't already. Comment any thoughts or questions you have for me below, and make sure you subscribe to the channel so you do not miss future crypto talk videos that are coming your way. Hey, thanks again for tuning in. I appreciate you. Stay blessed. I will see you soon. Let's go.